By 1950, a new, modern destroyer had been developed under Project 41 for the Soviet Navy. However, for a variety of reasons, a different design went into mass production, and the documentation for Project 41 was later turned over to the People's Republic of China. Now, although Chinese specialists were able to fix the prototype's shortcomings, the curtailment of Sino-Soviet cooperation in the late 1950s significantly sent back the destroyer's development. So the first Chinese destroyers, based on Project 41, designated Type 051 and known as Luda in NATO classification, were finally laid down in the late 1960s. They were armed with anti-ship missiles. In World of Warships, we imagine how the ship would have turned out if it had been developed during the period of Sino-Soviet friendship. So, without further ado, please welcome Pan-Asian Tier 10 Premium Destroyer, Lushun. I'm sure you've noticed several similarities between this ship and destroyer Nostroshima, which was the only Soviet ship to come out of Project 41. Interestingly, the Chinese variant has notably different anti-aircraft warfare capabilities. Type 051 destroyers were improved by replacing 4 twin 25mm automatic AA guns with 4 twin 57mm gun mounts. By comparison, the Soviet destroyer was armed with 2 4-barrel autocannons. The Lushun is an artillery destroyer that is primarily designed for the destruction of enemy counterparts. She is armed with 4 130mm main battery guns that feature decent firing range at a high firing rate, resulting in a heavy damage per minute but low damage per salvo. Her deep water torpedoes are effective against larger rivals such as cruisers, battleships, and aircraft carriers, but importantly, can't hit destroyers or submarines. Moreover, Lushun's low detectability range allows her to approach enemies and set up ambushes, while her hydroacoustic surge is useful for detecting and engaging destroyers hidden in smokescreen, or evading the occasional torpedo, especially during encounters with ships of the same type. The Lushun's heavy repair team's consumable can be used to restore HP lost in artillery duels. It has a longer action time than that of the regular repair party, but its cooldown time is longer too. The ship lacks smoke generator and engine boost, and her maneuverability is mediocre, which is why players at her helm should be cautious when choosing the right position and moment for attack. Any misstep and safe retreat may become a challenge. Now, here are my recommendations for the best upgrades to mount on this destroyer. Main Armaments Modification 1. Engine Room Protection, or Hydroacoustic Search Modification 1. Aiming Systems Modification 1. Propulsion Modification 1. Concealment System Modification 1. Main Battery Modification 3, or Gunfire Control System Modification 2. Now, with the release of Update 12.7, you'll have the opportunity to build Lushun in the dockyard. The construction process comprises 35 phases, 30 of which can be progressed through by completing dockyard combat mission groups. You can also complete the shipbuilding phases by spending 1,950 doubloons per phase, or purchasing starter packs with 10 shipbuilding phases for 11,000 doubloons, or 5 shipbuilding phases for 7,000 doubloons. The dockyard combat missions can be completed at any time during Update 12.7, Update 12.8, and the first 3 weeks of Update 12.9. The dockyard will remain in your port until the release of Update 12.10. Completing the construction will earn you Destroyer Lushun, clad in the Warpaint camouflage, a commander with 10 skill points, a port slot, and a commemorative flag. Finally, it's time to announce our traditional raffle. This time, we're giving away a Premium Ship 9 container. For your chance to win, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the like button under this video. Then, answer this tricky question in the comment section below. How much time does Lushun take to set a smokescreen? Don't forget to include your nickname and your server in the answer. Take part in the raffle, and good luck, Captains.